This is one of the densest woods in the world, and just this one slab weighs over 350 pounds, which means that just to cut this wood, I had to buy a specialized saw blade that I'm not at all scared of. Now we need this special blade, which was $100 by the way, because this wood is so dense, and to cut denser wood, you might think that you need a saw blade with more teeth, but it's actually the opposite, and it's because the more teeth that the saw blade has, the less room there is for sawdust to escape. And since this wood is dense, the sawdust that it creates is really heavy and generates a lot of heat, which would completely burn the wood, making it look terrible. But after almost having a heart attack, you can see that that did in fact not happen. Now if you're wondering why I would ever even cut this huge slab in half, it's because we're turning it into this console table design that I made. And the smaller of the two halves, which I'm cutting up right here, will end up becoming the legs of this design. Now we've got our tabletop, our table legs, and the crossbeam, which I'm going to attach to the two legs that we just cut up using a biscuit joiner, which is this tool you're seeing me use here. And while I'm doing that, let me actually tell you about this wood, which is called ipe, even though it looks like you pronounce it ipe. Now because this wood is so dense, it resists pretty much everything, like rot, decay, insects, and it's even considered just as fireproof as steel and concrete. It also allegedly glues up poorly, but it worked well enough for me to walk across, so I don't know about that. But anyways, all those properties mean it's normally used for outdoor furniture and decking. And now we gotta inlay these legs so that they have somewhere to sit. One downside to ipe, however, is how long it takes to grow. For example, the slab we're using here was probably well over 100 years old, and because of all its valuable traits, this wood is commonly poached, making it an endangered species and a lot more expensive. And that's one slot done, but now there's two. But before we can test fit that, we have to put leg levelers on the bottom of the legs. And since everyone was probably wondering, this singular slab here was over $1,200, not including the crossbeam, which was from a project that I made for the same client earlier. And for all my work on the build, I got paid $850, which is pretty good, just like this fit right here. Although honestly, I didn't get it right first try, but there isn't time to show that in a short.
Hello?
Now the very final step of the build was to put a coat of finish across the whole thing, which is probably the most fun part to watch, but one of the most annoying and tedious to actually do. I forgot to hit record, but the leg is done. And with the whole piece having finished, and after assembling it, that marked the end of the build.